Episode 3.
Yeah, the Trice.
The Trinity of episodes.
Yeah. So our last episode was Father's Day, and we talked about a whole lot of stuff, but we got a lot of good father stuff in there, Father Day stuff in there.
Oh yeah. We're I mean, just us being who we are, talking, dad stuff is going to come up
all the time.
I think every episode
it's going to be a Father's Day episode.
Yeah.
And
every episode is Father's Day.
That's right. But you've had a couple of epic adventures since our last podcast.
Yeah.
And so I remember talking about what we were going to do on your birthday on the 22nd. And we were going to go to,
I just call it the French restaurant in Amelia Island.
Yeah, Amelia Island.
Those are the facts.
It's called the Stakeout. So we were talking about that, getting excited about it and everything. But then you had something just kind of come up, and we're gonna do that later. We never did that, but you did something else that was pretty epic. You spent your birthday, probably first birthday. I don't know if you've ever spent a birthday away from us ever.
Yeah. It was definitely out of the blue. I think Jessica and I talked about that too.
Yeah.
Like I felt bad at first. So the way this whole thing came up was Instagram.
Yeah.
I was on Instagram one day and I saw an advertisement for Point Break Festival, which anyone who knows me right now, whether for good or for worse, depending on who you're talking to, I am into a reggae phase.
I've noticed.
Yeah, I think anyone's noticed who's been around me. And this is what happens to me. I go, whenever I get into a new genre, especially, like you didn't really get to, I did go through a little country phase too.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks to Jess.
Jess is country girl.
Yeah. Yep. She was listening to some country and I was like, I like that. I like that artist. I think it was Morgan Wallen or something.
Yeah.
And got into that and then kind of, found some country I've always liked, and I've actually always had a thing for like Brooks and Dunn. Like it's just good music.
It is good.
It's just good music. Period. And that's I don't know what like if you were to say what kind of music are you into, I've got favorite bands that are way far apart.
Yeah,
we could talk about drum and bass, electronica, techno. I love that stuff. Love it. But then I love a good country lick. I love some good hip hop, I really like classic hip hop.
Man, me too.
No, you don't. That's the thing, man, is I've kind of said to myself, and I look at all my friends and all my relationships, and no one has this just taste for everything.
Yeah.
And so what I've learned to do is when I'm around a certain person, that's the music that I'll, And David would completely agree with me on this, is when he and I are together, we listen to rock. Specifically, we really like 90s, early 2000s rock from when we were up and coming. That was our jam. But yeah, to fast forward to the story, reggae is kind of something I've found lately. And I'm really loving it. I'm loving reggae. Jessica calls it white boy reggae because it's not your typical reggae. I do love Bob Marley. Always have loved Bob Marley. But that was about as far as my reggae roots went, for all these years. But then recently, I want to say it started with, we were over at a neighbor's house, Jen and Scott, who are awesome neighbors. We love them. And she was listening to a group called Stick Figure. And I really and Stick Figure was kind of the gateway. And then there was another guy called, his name is Marco Martinez. I guess his stage name is Melodose. And so he was already on my playlist from a couple of years ago. Like during the pandemic, I was listening to him. But I wasn't like into reggae. I was just listening to a lot of his music, which is reggae. But that was it. And he's got this friend, Kurt, that he does a lot of his collabs with. And Kurt's group's called One Culture. And his brother is the bass player. Super nice guy as well. And so that's kind of how all this started about 5 years ago. And so I'm on Instagram and I see this advertisement for Point Break Music Festival. And and it's showing like, you know, Stick Figure's the headliner, Slightly Stupid's one of the headliners. These are all, you know, big names. And then they got 311, which is a callback to like my teenage years.
What?
And early 20s. 311. Yeah, which 311 is kind of this amalgamation of reggae, punk rock. I don't even know what to call 311. They're their own thing.
So do you know how they got in that festival?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, that's their crew. I could see that, but they're just from another time.
Yeah.
And
but you listened to them back.
Oh, but 311 was like, I'm 18 again if I'm going to go see 311.
Oh, cool.
I first saw 311 at the 96 Wave Music Fest in 2001. So 24 years ago, I saw them live in Charleston.
So you got everything from your teenage years to current.
To exactly what I'm into right now.
Cool. Okay.
So, so I'm like, cool. All right. When is it? Oh, it's June 22nd. That's my birthday. I'm like, does this mean I have to go or I can't go? It could be either or. Because now I'm thinking I shouldn't leave my family for my birthday. That's crazy. I've got kids. I can't go to Virginia Beach. It's in Virginia Beach. And I just kind of was like, I don't know. I asked Jess, and Jess was like, you should go. Because I don't do a lot. I don't go a lot of places.
That's true.
And so, yeah, she was super supportive.
Yeah.
And so I called a couple of friends to see if they could go, and just no one was available. You know, everyone was either going to be out of town or whatever. And then I talked myself out of it because it's 12 hours away, you know. And that was it. And I decided I wasn't going to go. And then one night I was actually a week before my birthday. I'm sitting over at my neighbor Tim's house, and I'm looking on my phone, and there's another ad for it, for the music festival. But now they got the full lineup.
They're calling your name.
Now they got Instagram did it to me, man. But now they got the full lineup. And the first opening act was One Culture and Melodose, which, by the way, these guys are not, gosh, if they listen to this, I don't want them to think I'm ever saying they're not a big deal because they made it to that festival. But I joined their fan page, and it was less than 100 people.
Well, everybody starts somewhere, yeah.
Oh, and long story short, they were going to be there, and they were doing a meetup with their fans.
Oh, cool.
And there's not many of us on the Facebook group.
But
I'm like, this is going to be like 30 people.
Yeah. So you were like one of their first fans, probably. You know.
Probably. I mean, I don't know how long Marco's been doing music, but I've been listening. I told him because I got to meet him.
What do you mean you told him?
I got to meet him. All right. So I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's the thing. So rewind a week before. Now I see Melodose and One Culture opening the whole freaking festival.
Yeah. And
I told Tim that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this group I've been following, I'm like friends with them on Facebook. I get to talk to these guys online. They sent me some free merch. They're just nice guys, man.
Wow.
They're just super nice guys. And
I've never got any free merch from James Taylor.
You got to be the first 100, man.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so I'm telling Tim all this, and Tim is like, why aren't you going? And he's like, why aren't we going? This is the guy trip we've been talking about for years. We have, man. Every time we get together and share a few drinks, it's like, we got to go camping. And we did take the boys camping. We did that together, but guy trip, like 2 dads, no kids, no wives, just 2 dads.
Yeah.
So I was like, really? You'd go? And he's like, I'm not the biggest fan of reggae. Like, none of my friends are. But he was like, but dude, I'm down for a good time. And I freaking remember 311. I'll be there for that. And I'm like, no way. Okay. So I asked Jess, and she's like, yeah, go.
Wow.
So we went to the festival. It is a 12-hour drive, but I've got the Tesla.
You do have the Tesla.
Tesla drove the whole way just about. We just kind of listened to podcasts and yucked it up the whole way. It was a lot of fun.
Self-driving.
Oh, not only am I in the Tesla, but once again, there's no family. It's just 2 dudes. I don't have to take him to the bathroom. He can go to the bathroom himself. He can also pick out his own snacks, his drinks, and pay for them. I'm with another grown-ass man. That is a beautiful thing that we don't appreciate enough in our 40s. Well, so Tim and I and just would enjoy, like, walking in with luggage.
Yeah.
He's going to carry some. I don't have to tell him what to carry in. He's going to grab 50% of it. I'm going to grab 50% of it. Boom, we're in the room. You know, checked in. Everything is just so smooth with two adults.
Yeah, this is great.
And any dad that's listening who's, you know, a father of one or more, between your 30s and 40s, you're going to appreciate that, you know.
I did a road trip with Ernie, my best friend from high school. He called.
That was that first 30 minutes on the road.
Whew. Yeah, so he called one day, and you were we'd only had you for like a month. And he calls me out of the blue and says, listen, there's a festival. Now, this was, you know, a different kind of festival.
Yeah.
But it was in Estes Park, Colorado. And he wanted to do a road trip.
What kind of festival was it?
It was a Christian festival.
Okay.
So it was and I was a music minister at a church in Vero Beach. So
what was a Christian music festival like? And it was in Colorado?
It was in Estes Park, Colorado. They hosted it every year.
Wow.
And, you know, it was a pretty big deal because, you know, the who's who of Christian music was there. And I was a music minister at the time, and so was Ernie. And we both...
That's what you were into.
Yeah, we got the church to pay for it. So, but
that's
anyway,
more of a bonus.
He calls me out of the blue and just says, hey, you know, would you like to go? And I said, my gosh, we just now adopted our son after 11 years. You know, you're only a month old. Can I do this? Should I do this? And
what'd Mom say?
And Mom said, yeah, you can go. And
well, there you go.
Yeah, and so I understand. I'm just saying, I understand. And I was probably about 39 years old.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Well, yeah, so we're going. We go, we leave Jack's, and it's, you know, it feels good. It just feels good to feel free and unburdened. And and then it was a quick turnaround. So we left on Friday. Drove, 12-hour drive from Jacksonville to Virginia Beach.
Wow.
And let me say, man, our first day, which was really, we got in there kind of late. Tim had a nice bottle of Angel's Envy he brought with us. Mm-hmm. And that just made, you know, having quality whiskey nearby was just a bonus. Yeah. So the first night we actually played pool till like 2 a.m. Had some epic games.
Yeah.
Tim had a crazy shot that would be a viral video if you saw it. He hopped a ball over another ball, hit the ball, and it went into the pocket he called. Crazy shot. And that at that moment, I thought, I'm dead. I'm glad I didn't put any money on this game.
Yeah.
But no, we had some good games. I think we both ended up winning 2 games, and then he won the third or something like that. It was a good night, though.
So is that what you did the first night?
That was the first. We got to the hotel, and it was late. It was too late to go do anything. It was like 11 at night. And so we played some pool, had a couple of glasses of whiskey, and the festival started every day. It was Saturday from 12 to 12. So from noon to midnight is the festival day. And we got there. It's like $50 for parking, man. It's real expensive. But ended up finding the venue. And we were a little late to see One Culture, which I was a little upset about, but it was because we couldn't figure out where the festival was because their beach is massive.
Yeah.
It's an incredible beach. Shout out to Virginia Beach, Virginia, because they've got miles of boardwalk. And another clutch thing that Tim thought about was bringing his e-scooters. So he's got 2 e-scooters for him and Allie.
Yeah.
And those things were a lifesaver. Because we would ride them around. We went to the venue. It's all on the ocean, directly on the Atlantic Ocean. You walk in, you check in, and immediately to your left is the open Atlantic Ocean. Waves crashing, all that stuff.
Wow.
And then to your right is the Smoke Flower stage. To your straight ahead is the Point Break stage. Smoke Flower, I think, was like one of the sponsors there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, afterwards, I did get to hear some of Kurt, a couple of songs that he's released lately. And that was awesome. And then there's bands all day. But the first day was really just us getting a lay of the land.
Yeah.
And we realized very quickly that 12 hours on the hot sand without many shaded areas, Tim is older. He's 44. I'm 42.
Yeah.
And within about an hour and a half, I was like, man, let's go catch some food, So we left, and you have to check out when you leave, too. That's a new thing. I've never had to check out of a concert, but you do it all on your phone through Ticketmaster.
Yeah, that's probably all security stuff that's
probably
kind of been, up since stuff has happened.
But you know what we did, man? We're pouring sweat. It's sun's bearing down. We did bring sunscreen, all that stuff. We're wearing tank tops and shorts, But we get on these e-scooters, and those things get up fast. And they've got a scooter and bike lane that you can go down, which doesn't have all the people. And you can get up to a high speed and just get that wind, that breeze, and it immediately cools you down. So we ended up riding those scooters for hours. We'd ride them around, go see stuff, go to shops. We went to a really nice Mexican restaurant, got a margarita with a light in it that's sparkling,
Cool.
Got a piece of steak brought out that's sizzling on the grill. Got some bomb-ass nachos, man. It was amazing.
Having a great time.
It was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the beauty is, no, I'm not as young as these 20-year-olds out here. I got a lot more money than they do.
Yeah.
And I can go to a nice restaurant and cool down.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of drinks and right back in the game, And, night one was great, man. Night one was awesome. As the night goes on, the sun starts to go down, bigger bands start to come out, better music starts to play. There were some stinkers, man.
Better music. Okay.
Better music for sure. Yeah.
So when you say stinkers, I mean,
there's just some groups that I just didn't hear what I wanted to hear. I want to be nice about it, but there are bands I didn't mind going and riding the scooters around.
Okay.
Cool down and miss.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was missing out.
Yeah. It's kind of like the blues festival at the beach. You got several stages. The bigger bands or the better bands are in the bigger stages.
Exactly.
But anyway, go ahead.
But I'll tell you what, some of the groups I wasn't that familiar with, and I kind of had on my radar to go and see. And it was cool to see some of those bands live and just get confirmation that this is a great band,
Yeah.
And usually you go and see a band that you already know. That's usually what people do. But the cool thing about a music festival is you can hear a band almost a couple of them were for the first time for me.
Yeah.
And then get into their music from there, which is just a reverse experience that I enjoy too. But a good example would be, I hadn't heard a lot about the Elevators, but those guys are super talented. Super talented. I can't believe they're not bigger than they are.
The Elevators.
The Elevators. Yes, sir.
Man, you know how much music is out there. So much out there.
And I believe they're kind of local to Virginia, too.
Oh, really?
So they're like a local favorite. And I don't know that for sure, but I heard someone on a forum say they should have been higher up, on the venue list because of, how well loved they are locally.
Yeah. When you were talking about this, I had a flashback to, once again, my background was early 70s, Jesus movement, Christian band. We just played regionally. And because we lived in the area, we got a spot at one of the Jesus festivals. And I mean, it's 20,000 people there in Orlando. So Jesus 78, that's the one that we played at. And so I just had a flashback when you were talking. I thought,
it's that kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe, and it was great and everything.
There probably wasn't much marijuana there, though.
No, there wasn't any marijuana that I know of, but or anything else.
I bet you know what? I bet there's a little.
But
I bet there
might have been a little.
I'll tell you what. The very first was Melodose in One Culture.
Yeah,
they're at the if you want to count that as the bottom of the rung,
yeah.
They were the opening act on the Smoke Flower stage.
Yeah.
Which was, I guess, the lesser stage. Like you had a Smoke Flower stage was a little bit more eye level.
Yeah.
And then the Point Break stage was the one that was like on the ocean.
Yeah. Well, there was only one stage at that festival. and we were on it.
Yeah.
So it was big time for us. So
yeah, I appreciate the multiple stages though, but I think my limit would be 2. I don't think you need more than 2 stages at a festival. Yeah. If you do, it's like if you wanted to hear everything, you couldn't. But they staggered them to where one band would be finishing up, and then the next band would be just starting. You know.
Well, that's good too. You know.
Yeah, it probably gave the stagehands a lot of time to get everyone set together.
Yeah.
Sound check and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, day 1 was awesome. Good meals, all that stuff. We stayed till the end. Made it back, slept like logs, man. Slept like logs. We were so hot and tired. And we drank a lot. We smoked a lot. You know, I guess now's the time to announce to everyone. I hope this isn't a bombshell for anyone, but I'm 420 friendly.
Okay.
Dad is super uncomfortable right now. And I understand why, given our background.
Hey, I'm okay. I mean, this whole thing's about being real and being ourselves.
This is me, man. Yeah, you want me.
And this is us.
This is us. But one thing I didn't expect is that there was so many people, that there was going to be as many people as there was there, because I don't know why, but I was just thinking 2,000 people, maybe 3,000. There's like 30,000 people there. It was insane how many people were there.
Yeah.
And to stay on the 420 subject for a second, weed is completely recreational legal in Virginia Beach. And what I was so tickled about is, like, back when I saw 311 the first time, like, you know, if you wanted to smoke, you had to go in a porta potty, behind a dumpster, you had to hide.
Yeah.
And it was so cool just to see people openly smoking, police being right there, high-fiving the police. There wasn't any. Yeah. Now, we did have it's a reggae crowd, so there's nothing but love and, unity going on anyway. But it was such a good vibe there.
Mom has done it for medicinal purposes. Did I say that right?
Medicinal, yeah.
Medicinal. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want her to be alone. So, anyway.
Of course you did.
So, but anyway, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But
just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, they were passing around the octobongs with like 8 tubes going out of it.
Okay. I have no idea what that is. Just
well, you know what got me more than anything?
Know what that is.
You know what got me more than anything was the alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I kept getting birthday shots because it was my birthday. You know, I got my birthday shot from a guy right when we got there. Tim got me when they had those really tall. They had Kona Big Wave was the beer there.
Oh, that's
for the vendor. Yeah, but they had the giant cans. The only problem with the giant cans when you're on the beach is, I mean, it's going to warm up so fast that you have to drink that thing quick if you want to get your value. You don't want to let your beer get hot. I don't want no hot beer. So when you get one, you kind of pound it down.
Yeah.
And you're thirsty too.
Yeah.
What I've learned though, kids, is if you're going to drink and smoke a lot in the sun, drink as much water as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And boy, I was drinking a lot of water.
That's good to hear.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we ate healthy, man. I was eating veggies and steak and had good meals. We ate really good.
Good.
Yeah. That's a good thing about my neighbor, Tim, man, is he and I both appreciate a real good meal, And on day 2 came, and day 2 was like the big day. That's 311, that's Stick Figure, that's all the movement, all the big groups, the Elevators, by the way. I wanted to hear all those guys more than anything. But also what was really special about day 2 is we had a meetup with our fan group. Mm-hmm. So on day 1, they all, Kurt and Marco, they all played. And on day 2, they came out into the audience and met with us. And we got to hang out with them and watch the concert with them.
Wow.
So they came out, and I was trying to get one of them to sign this banner I got from them. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have a Sharpie.
Oh.
And instead, I just got some selfies, some photos and stuff. And
I saw those. But I got to talk to them, and, they're like, how'd you hear about us? What's the first song you heard? And I told Marco, I'm like, it's actually a song called We Come Back.
that you released?" And he's like, "Dude, that's from a long time ago." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the first time I heard you." And that's kind of what I told him the whole story. And he was interested to hear it.
Well, of course, that's got to be good for an up and coming band, to hear that a song that they did.
It was like during COVID, man, I played that song on repeat.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that made them feel great.
But then I was like, "So you guys heading out?" They're like, "Hell no, we're here to watch these bands."
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were there to hang.
Cool.
But I got to talk to them, and they're just so humble. Yeah. Marco still works in customer service most days. That's his daily job.
Mm-hmm.
And music, he's an indie artist. And, but man, they're super talented. I wish them all the best.
Yeah.
I've never been like a fan this close to any artist before, but I just feel like my duty as a fan is to enjoy his music and tell people about it.
That's great.
So,
well, sure.
So that's what I try to do for him. And it's cool that I've met him, got to hang out with him and spend the day with him over there. And, but I will say, eventually the heat got to Tim and I, and we're like, all right, the adventure continues. So I had to say goodbye to them. And one more thing about them, it wasn't just Marco and Kurt, it was all the fans too. Mm-hmm. Because we got really close talking with a couple from California, a couple from Minnesota, all drove to be there.
Wow.
The couple from California, he's like a military vet.
Oh, cool.
And she's working as a, what is it? It's a type of, medical treatment for people, but it's, if you've ever heard of ayahuasca, has to do with psilocybin, different treatment. It's proven really effective for military vets.
Yeah.
But it is, like, mushrooms.
I've totally heard about it. I saw anyway, it was something maybe Sunday morning, CBS Sunday morning or something like that, or 60 Minutes or something.
Yeah.
There was a whole piece on it, and there were these military vets that went to a kind of a retreat type thing.
Yeah. And so she's trying to get certified to, I don't know if you'd call her a shaman or whatever.
But it really helped them. And
there's real results to it.
There's real results.
Regardless of, what you think about mushrooms or any of that.
I totally get it.
But, in my experiences, I'm not like well-versed in the subject. I'm probably like the last 75% of people in the world that should talk about it, because I don't know much about it other than I've done mushrooms,
No, never mind.
Oh, and when I was under your roof, we could tell that story one night.
One night.
That's a fun story, actually.
Okay.
It involves the police. It involves adventure. No arrests.
Let's say that.
Yeah, I got to stick to the story.
Yeah, get back to your story, because this is good. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, so this is the big night at Point Break. I got to meet all the guys from Melodose One Culture, hung out with them, and Tim and Trav got tired, so we needed a break. So we went up to the top of a freaking luxury hotel called Orion's Belt or something. If you just Google Orion's Virginia Beach, you'll see where I'm talking about. Gorgeous place. Rooftop, but it's air conditioned. I got a ribeye. We got, Tim was getting drinks. I got a drink, some kind of coconut. What did I get? Coconut vodka or something? Oh, man, it was good. Lots of water, lots of veggies, a great steak, and we just sat out and looked at the beach. It was so relaxing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we rode the scooters about 2 miles to get there, which, man, shout out to the scooters, because without those scooters, the scooter makes you so mobile. Like now, if something's a couple of miles away, you just go and you enjoy the ride. You enjoy the journey, and you see all this stuff. Like we saw the statue of Poseidon on Virginia Beach. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, giant statue.
Yeah.
And then there's like dozens of volleyball courts on the sand. No, they're not courts. They're like sand pits.
Wow. Did you like Virginia Beach?
I loved it. And I was envious of it, actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I wish Jack's Beach could do this. Like our boardwalk is so puny compared to this.
Oh, we have no boardwalk anymore.
None. And their boardwalk was wide. You had a big green field that, like a lawn that went from the hotel development. And then you had a scooter and bike 2-lane road for scooter and bikes only.
Yeah.
And then next to that, you had the giant, like the big boardwalk. And there's like nice hedges between the two.
Yeah.
Partitioning them off. And then you've got this nice railing with benches on it with all these vendors set up, you know. Yeah. It was such a cool area.
Our boardwalk, back in the day, it was a big wooden boardwalk before they built all the condos. But I have...
Well, it's thin. It's thin.
Yeah, I have such great memories, though, of that boardwalk, you know, because it just went on and on, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, the vendors, the arcades, you know, the shops, all the stuff. And anyway, just great memories of that. So when you say boardwalk, that's what I think about. I miss that. But, you know, all the architecture and all that stuff is probably more updated and modern up there.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, man, the second night at that festival was so great. Seeing 311 was, I got like the goosebumps, man, like you used to get during worship. You know what I'm saying? When a song just starts to move you.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard some of those.
Get goosebumps.
I hadn't heard those songs in a while. And man, the guys from 311 come out. Holy cow. One's bald. No, the hair's all gone. Tim Mahoney comes out, their guitar player, and he used to have like dreadlocks, and he always had this signature goatee, which now he comes out and he's got this gray frazzled hair and a gray goatee. And he just looks like an old guy. And I'm like, oh man, and Peanut, their bass player, comes out and he's aged too. And then the lead singer, what's his name? Nick Hexum.
Well, what did you say, 24 years ago?
Oh, they're in their 50s.
I know, but you heard them, I mean, 24 years ago is when you heard them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
And they're still touring.
Well,
but
sure.
they come out and they delivered a flawless concert.
They'll probably be doing it with their 70s and 80s.
Tim Mahoney came out and his head started bobbing.
Yeah.
And you just saw the hair start to do this. And then you never saw his face again, but he shredded the whole night.
Yeah.
He shredded the whole night.
Yeah.
And they're pouring sweat. You know, and Nick, man, shout out to Nick. He's got he's kept himself in shape. He still takes the shirt off and everything. He's all ripped.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim and I were just like, wow, these guys, you know.
Yeah.
Squad goals, man. Like, it'd be nice to be in that kind of shape in another 10 years.
Well, and you would kind of liken that. I would liken that to our era with like the Stones, you know, and the Who and people like that, you know, who, you know, have kind of stayed in shape. And I mean, the Stones are in their 80s. I mean, Paul McCartney.
Did you see Ozzy and Black Sabbath?
Yeah,
just did their farewell.
They did
in England.
Yeah, Ozzy's in a chair, on a big throne. But
he's the king of darkness, not the prince of darkness.
He is. But Paul McCartney's 80 something, and you know, and they're still going. They're still going. They're still touring. You know? And so you're guys like that. They're, you know, that's.
I will say that, Dad. I will say though, like rock, it's not that it's more impressive. It's just more physically demanding. You know, these are heavy riffs. You got to be moving, man, because the crowd's moving. You know.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed that they were moving up there, doing everything they're doing in the heat.
Well, you know, there's a drive that goes with that, a passion and a you know,
energy.
It's just an energy,
crowd energy,
an energy, momentum, adrenaline rush, all of that stuff kicks in.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing something you love. I do probably 5 or 6 gigs a week.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, much smaller scale.
But you're still drawing the crowd energy.
I was still doing it, and I'll be 74 next month. And some days I get up and I'm like, oh, man, I got to drive to St. Augustine and do this, you know, or I got to play for 3 hours on Friday night, you know, and 3 hours on Saturday night. And you know, it's hard sometimes, but once I get there and get going. I mean, I kick into the first or second song, and I'm just like, this is what I was born to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what those guys feel like, and that's what's going to keep them going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they certainly looked that way because they were flawless. And by the time they were done, I started feeling my age.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing my legs are burning.
Yeah.
Because we've been up and down all day, and the sand is what got me.
Yeah.
It's like on that dune sand that's like really soft.
Yeah.
And you're also when you start to get the bigger bands, people start to push in, and you're shoulder to shoulder with people. So there's not a lot of space. And I ended up taking my shoes off, taking my shirt off.
Oh my God.
I mean, I was just, exhausted, pouring water on me. And,
I couldn't have done it. I know that.
Yeah, it started to get to me, and I'm like, 311, there's still 4 more bands to go till Stick Figure.
Mm.
And so I started realizing at that point, I'd also been, had a lot of birthday shots. I had found out what a drink called Remy is. There's this dude, and he had a bottle that looked like it was champagne. And him and like 4 other people were celebrating something. And how did it come up? They were talking, I don't even remember how it came up, but it came up that it was my birthday. And they were like, you got to take a birthday shot with us. And he poured, I thought it was going to be champagne, Remy, but whatever it is, man, it's a high proof alcohol. And I'd already kind of had what I was comfortable with. So that was the cherry on top of the night for the alcohol for me. And, but I took that shot, man. And that was right after 311. And then we ran into a nice lady and her daughter, Kana and Dana, I think. But it was interesting because she was in her 40s and her daughter was 16. And she was, I guess she was just there to be with her daughter at a concert, which was really cool.
That is cool.
And we were kind of standing back. We'd gotten off the speakers at that point. And I was like, yeah, man, have you ever heard of 311? She's like, no, I have no idea who they are. I'm like, of course you don't. You're 16. Why would you?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're not going to want to miss them. Because they were like right in the middle of like their 3rd song or something. So they ended up hearing the rest of them. And then later on, she turned around. She's like, they were awesome. I'm like, right? Yeah.
The 16-year-old?
Yeah. And then Kana was like, yeah, cheers to, she toasted us to the 90s and 2000s. And, yeah, she was cool.
Mm.
But then we moved to the next stage. That was the Movement. And the Movement did a bunch of their collaborations with this group called Collie Buds, and they had all these guests out. But they're the ones that have the heavy brass, and it was just such a vibe. We got a breeze over the whole crowd, which what was funny about the breeze. All right, so like I said, it's hot, we're dying, but now the sun it's like this. Like right now, we're recording this at 8:41, and the sun's still out, but it's twilight. You can still see light in the sky, but it's twilight. Yeah. This is what it was like after 311. So the Movement came on. The sun is like setting, and this ocean breeze just washes across, and they start out with that heavy trumpet, and it was just, oh man. Got another bottle of water. They had free water there. You just had to refill it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, at that point we're in the desert, man, just trying to survive and stay on our feet. And Tim was hurting. Tim's got a bad back. I've got bad legs or knees. Yeah. My calves were hurting me. And, but the Movement was awesome. Tim and I got a little separated there. We ended up after the Movement, I had to text him because the crowd moves. Like if you're never standing still, the crowd will slowly move you around.
Oh man, just like a wave.
Yeah, yeah. You'll start one place and you'll end the concert in a totally different place.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Just because you're moving out of the way, people are walking by.
Yeah.
Some people are just like laid out in the sand on towels, laying down when everyone's standing around them. Man. It's kind of weird. But there are people that have been there all day. They're like, this is my camp. I'm setting up here.
Mm-hmm.
More power to them, man. But I'd have been frying there all day.
Yeah.
So we were just kind of mobile.
Wow.
But, yeah, not to make the story go the whole podcast. But,
that's okay if it does.
But it eventually Stick Figure came out, and I was dying at that point. Tim was gone. I lost Tim. Tim's back gave out. He was laying in the grass over near the hotel. And he told me, too. I mean, I could see the pain in his eyes.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I'm like, go ahead. But, oh, wait, one more thing. When the movement was in, I was going to tell you a story. So, apparently, when that breeze was blowing, it set off the hotel fire alarm because there was so much smoke coming off the ground. It was like billows of smoke coming out. Everyone was lighting up. And those are just these moments, like when the alarm starts going off, everyone's just like, hell yeah, you know. Yeah, I think it's that ocean breeze, man, that pushed it all over there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're getting secondary highs over there.
Well, I'm sure. But yeah, Stick Figure came on and just, I mean, blew our socks off, man. They had pyrotechnics and everything.
Oh,
wow. I guess, you know, I just found out about Stick Figure a few months ago, but they're an incredible band.
Yeah.
Incredible experience, man. Incredible musicians. They did some James Taylor a little bit.
What?
Yeah. Was it James Taylor? They did Queen.
What?
They did Allman Brothers. They did, I think I recorded it. I'll have to play it for you, but they did this. Tim was kind of nudging me. He's like, that's Fish. Fish. And he's like, yeah, they're doing a whole, like, they just went through this 10-minute musical homage to all these bands and just started doing these covers.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. Oh, and they were so talented too.
Yeah.
They were nailing every song they did. But then they did all their big ones. And then they, Fire on the Horizon, I was like, I know they're saving it for the last one. Fire on the Horizon's like a big, you know, everyone loves that song. It's like their radio, if they had a radio song. I don't know. But that one came on. That was amazing. And at that point, I started saying, all right, I need to head out, you know. Need to go see where Tim is. And we made it, man. But afterwards, I was just glowing. I was like, what a great time. But I felt the tax on my body. I just felt it. I'm like, I remembered, like, having nights like that as when I was younger. It's been a minute since I'd had a night like that. But I just don't remember being that sore and tired and worn out afterwards. So
yeah,
it's like, this is too draggy. You know?
So the physical soreness and all that kind of stuff, but then the mental and emotional euphoria at the same time.
Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't like down about it. I was just like, it was kind of like a wake up call. Like, I need to take better care of myself. I need to work out more, you know, eat a little better. You can always do better.
Yeah. But
it was a moment of a reminder to start doing that.
Yeah.
You know, when we were walking back to the car, it was heavy on the mind.
But, you know, for anybody, I think at any age, that would be difficult. You know, 12 hours a day in the hot sun.
And this was day two. Around midnight, we're walking out. There's crowds of people everywhere. We're famished. The last thing we had was that nice steak dinner around like 3:00. And now it's like midnight.
Yeah. I mean, I can barely
we're
make
famished.
it. Yeah.
We found a pizza place on the corner.
Yeah.
And that was the best meal we had, at least that I had all week. No, it was just I just got a calzone. But yeah, there's people like flooding in there.
Yeah.
We were like some of the first, thankfully. So we got our food pretty quick. After that, I mean, there's just rows and rows of people. You're right. Rows and rows of people, all ages, that were exhausted. Yeah. There was some older guys out there, Dad. There's some guys with full gray out there going all out.
Yeah. I wonder who the oldest guy out there was. I mean, they couldn't have been my age.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know? There was definitely 70-year-olds out there.
Really?
Yep, definitely.
70-year-olds who were into that music?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking full gray. They're walking slow. They got a picnic camp set up, chairs, you know.
Well, yeah. So they planned.
Yeah. And you know what else is there's a lot of people in the hotels that could see the concert perfectly.
How cool.
From their balcony.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's the perfect thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that would have been my jam.
Yep.
Yeah.
The scene from the balcony.
Yeah, but I can barely make it through a 2-hour arena concert, you know, in the air conditioning. So I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do remember going to the other festivals back in the 70s for hours and hours and hours standing. So I've been to those things. And you know, it was easier when I was in my 20s.
I'd do it again, but I got to train for it next time.
Train for it. That's right. Well, that's cool, man.
Good trip. So that was the trip of Virginia Beach. It was an epic trip. It was one that I hope now will be repeated occasionally, but one that now I know to train a little bit for physically. But no, it was a lot of fun. You know,
do they do this every year?
I think that was their second one. So ever the second annual.
Oh, is it always there or can it move around?
The last two have been Virginia Beach, proper. It's a whole venue thing.
Yeah, because Florida's a great place to do it.
It is. But then I was like, but we don't have a boardwalk like that to host. I mean, we do have that the spot at the beach.
Yeah, that little pavilion.
Yeah, but it ain't.
No, it ain't that.
So that's the first trip. And then, honestly, between then and there, Jessica took me out to go see 3 of the same bands just a week later. I shouldn't forget about that.
Now, where were they?
They were here. They were at Daly's place. Yeah. So we went to go see Little Stranger, Iration, and Slightly Stupid here in Jacksonville at Daly's place.
So they were on tour and they left Virginia Beach and came over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just kind of followed them down back home.
Oh, cool.
And then Jessica and I heard them 4 days later.
Did she like them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a good time. It was a good night. The best part was home was 15 minutes away from that concert.
Wow. That's great. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. And now we got the next generation.
Yeah. Sitting next to me is recently 9-year-old Toby Trice,
Hello.
Tobias Robert Trice. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
So, Toby, we took a trip too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a trip. So Virginia Beach is north, but we went south to Naples, Florida. What place did we stay at?
Great Wolf Lodge, right?
Yep, the Great Wolf Lodge. That was a lot of fun. Tell them what is Great Wolf Lodge, because that's what I was asking.
I think it was a hotel with an indoor water park.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. A hotel with an indoor water park? I've never heard of that.
So it has like slides, and you go upstairs and you go down these big slides. There's 4. I love the one where it's light blue and you go down super fast.
The tube is light blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And there are also other ones, but I don't like going down them because I think it for babies. But when I was scared at first, I went down them and I didn't know what I was doing, and I went down the first one, and then I found someone that said, you should go down the other one, it makes you super wet. So I went down the other open one, and I was like, I don't like that. It got water in my eyes. So I went in the dark blue tubed one, and I was like, this is boring. All it has is like weird letters on the walls.
Oh, the glowing letters?
Yeah, and then I went in the light blue, and it felt like I was entering the afterlife. It was so cool.
Oh, wow. Cool.
But you have to push your head up while you're going down.
Yeah.
Or else you are dead.
You thought you were...
just get hit on the head, and it hurts.
Well, poor Toby's, a little kid.
Yeah.
So he goes down these slides and probably has a much different experience.
But there are these ones that are super big, and they're like the big ones. They're like the tube one, but like a lot longer.
Really?
Yeah, there's one for 2 people. There's one for 1 people with 2 slots. I think there's 2 slots on every
And there's
one.
a 5-person one, too.
Yeah, and almost my entire family went on it, but we had to divide because we were too heavy altogether.
Okay.
Yeah, they weigh you before you get on.
Yeah.
And our family combined
was
weighs
about like
800 something pounds. So,
and I got sad.
They made us split up.
Yeah, I went with Dad again.
Which I think Evan is now officially, I think he's taller than me.
Oh,
I think if not taller, he's like eye to eye.
Yeah.
With me. He's right there, man.
Yeah.
So
14?
Yeah.
And 6, is he 6'2"?
Yeah. At least 6'2".
Man. It just can't believe that's the same kid.
Yeah.
He is.
Because we knew him when he was a little squirt.
Yeah, he shot up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. That's really cool.
But what else? They had more than the water park, didn't they?
Yeah, they had bowling we never went to.
Wow, cool.
Much to Mom's chagrin. She really wanted to go bowling.
Oh, man. She never gets to go bowling.
I didn't know what kind of bowling it was. It was probably like bowling with freaks.
My only regret. We didn't get to take her bowling.
There are random monsters on the screens that show what's happening. And it just had random monsters becoming different things. And I was like, what the? That's not in bowling. So I just passed by that. And I saw the rope course. And I was super scared to go on it. And my sister... Juliet Trice. I went with her there because she forced me, and she really wanted me to go there. So we went.
all forced you.
We went on the little one, and I was like, "This is so fun!" But they had a pitch dark slide. It was literally the opposite of the. Well, it wasn't the opposite, but it felt like I was going into hell because it was so dark.
Wow.
So, I didn't like.
But that's dark and watery, not dark and fiery.
Yeah.
No, boy, that's crazy. That was ropes?
Yeah, rope course. The rope course also had, like, ropes. You can only stand on ropes. It's like those Chick-fil-A playgrounds, but with ropes as what you stand on.
Was it higher up than Chick-fil-A?
I don't think that much. But...
No, it was a lot higher.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
A lot more.
It also didn't have glass.
About 30 feet in the air.
Whoa.
But the big one, I didn't like it. It forced me to go on this one more. And I was so scared to go on that one more. Also, I just want to throw in, I'm kind of a bad person for telling a kid that in the dark slide that there's a big light that turns on. And I feel guilty for it now. But anyway, back to the other.
Is that not true?
No, what did you feel guilty?
It is true.
Wait a minute. What did you feel guilty about?
I felt guilty because I told this child that in the very dark slide that there's a light that turns on when you go fast. So he was like, "Oh, I believe that," and he was okay when he went down it. So
okay.
So I made him go down it, and now he probably really likes it because I liked it when I went down it first.
Oh, cool.
But the big ropes course, you had to get like this zip line thingy, and you pull it like you just pull it in these little thingies, and you have to pull it where you want to move because there's like this thing that secures it above you so that you're secured.
Yeah, they're sitting in a harness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's like something that attaches
it's
you.
30 feet up in the air. It's pretty far.
There's also a zip line. I only did one thing because I'm a cowardly guy.
I wish you'd have done the zip line, man. It would have been fun.
No, I would have screamed and then been so overweight that I would just fall off.
Every kid that was on there was freaking out.
Well, I went on one single thingy and I got so scared. I had to do it again. And then this kid kept banging his zip line on the thing while I was trying to get off, and I was scared. So I was like, "Please move, mister." And the kid is so selfish. He's like, well, give me time and stuff like that. And I didn't say it mean at all. I was just like, "Please move." And he was just like, "Give me time."
Yeah.
I didn't like that. So I just waited with fire going on in my mind. And I zipped down there. Or not like a zip line, but I went down there super fast. And I didn't because there are these things that stop you for some reason. It's probably like designed so that you don't fall as a little kid.
Yeah.
But I went there, and this guy took it off of me, and my sister grabbed me by the hand and went back to our hotel room, and she was super mad. And then we played some Mario Kart.
Okay. That'll make you feel better.
I think that was the highlight of the trip was Evan brought his Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we played Family Mario Kart.
Oh, wow.
So much. And Mario Party 5.
I played as Birdo.
And you got to mine some. You got to do some mining. They had a mining station.
Oh, yeah. Mining was one of my favorite parts. We got a big amethyst. It was like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. About the size of...
Your fist.
Yeah, about. And Mom got one too, but it was a rookie one. It was about the size of my finger. Actually, it was a lot bigger, but I don't know. It's kind of big. I still think mine's better, but.
So you enjoyed that, huh?
Yeah, we found some cool stuff. We found a couple fossils, which is the thing I was hunting for, but we didn't get a ruby or this cool thing. It was like what? It started with the L, and that's all I know. So.
So, yeah, you got to do some mining. It's where they give you a 10-pound bag of dirt, and in that dirt is stuff like fossils, nice gems, and that kind of stuff. And you have to use a sluice box with this running water going down it and like sluice out the rocks.
Yeah.
And it gets rid of all the dirt, which goes into the water.
Didn't we do something like that at Disney with the kids one time?
Maybe.
Where they were getting fossils out of the dirt or something.
I don't
Dinosaur
remember that.
fossils or something.
Yeah.
But
It
anyway.
was cool though.
Yeah.
It was good. We went and we ate very good every night. We had lots of fun food.
Yeah.
Did
you eat at different places, or did you stay pretty much at the hotel?
Well, they had restaurants in the hotel
Different
downstairs.
ones.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's kind of like a like a resort
Wow.
because they
cool.
got like Dunkin' Donuts is downstairs.
Oh,
You know,
gosh. Yeah.
they have the Fireside Grill. They have a big restaurant right there at the water park where you can order like lunch type items, and then they have a couple of other restaurants on the other side. So yeah, lots of food and lots of fun. It's designed well for families our age, designed real well.
Yeah,
I was impressed. Everything was real clean. The room was clean.
Did you find this on your own?
Jessica found it.
She did.
Yeah. I'd heard of it before, but I think we talked about it in the past, but didn't really consider it. And she looked it up and was like, what about this? I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need.
Dad,
So,
do you remember the shark toy? The shark toy.
yeah.
So at the store, we looked in the store and we found this shark bubble blower. You can pull a switch which opens the mouth, and then if you're like, oh, it closes it. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But where's the bubbles? There's a switch on the back where you can make it blow bubbles or just have a light. And when it's on and it has a light, it can make chomping noises when you open it. But
It
then,
plays music too.
yeah, wait, on the light one only.
Right.
And then on the bubble one, it spews out a bunch of bubbles, and it's so cool, and I loved it. And I was like, Dad, can I get this, please? And he was like, So we went back to our hotel room, and I was like, and then when we went to the water park, indoor water park, he came back, and he had the shark toy, and I was like, yay!
What? He got it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved him. I named him Romantic Shark because he played music, and in the car, I made his mouth move to the music so that he could look like he's singing the music.
Romantic shark.
Toby's going to be a musician.
Romantic Shark.
He is a musician. He's a good piano player. You're a good piano player, aren't you?
I like beatboxing more.
Yeah. Well, Toby, you've done a pretty good job on the podcast here.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you for being
good.
our guest.
You're welcome.
Our special
I
guest.
want to do this again.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. So you and your Sharky Faces t-shirt. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, I have a shark face t-shirt.
Yeah, you love sharks, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite shark?
It's the Dunkleosteus. You probably never heard of it. It's like a
Prehistoric.
shark. It's like
Prehistoric shark.
yeah, it's a prehistoric shark, and it's like a dinosaur shark. I think it was like a dinosaur, but it wasn't, and it had armor. It was super cool. It was my favorite, and I learned it from a game named like Vivo or something, Hungry Shark, and it was super fun. And his name in the game was Big Daddy, so it was super cool. And when I got him, I really liked him, and yeah, he was cool. That's how I found him out.
That's really cool.
Well, thanks for coming on,
Toby.
Toby.
You're welcome.
We love you, man.
Our special guest, Toby Trice.
Tobias Robert Trice. Yeah, shake our hands. Thanks for being a guest on our
You
podcast.
going back in there with Mimi now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for
We'll see
coming.
Mimi.
You're welcome.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for letting him come on. That's going to be
My
huge,
gosh,
man.
he is so much more articulate than I am.
He's ready to share.
I mean, my gosh,
yeah.
he's great.
He's still in that phase where he's not afraid to share. He wants to share. He's curious. He's open.
Yeah, I mean, he could have his own podcast.
My other two are teenagers, and they're just not. You reach a point where you just kind of aren't open to doing that anymore.
But couldn't he? He could host
He's
his
natural.
own kid podcast.
He's a natural. Yeah, he's a natural, man.
Man,
He speaks his mind.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, he described your whole trip.
When he speaks his mind, he tells no lies.
He tells no lies. That's true.
I love that kid.
I do too.
But yeah, it was a good family trip, man. It was a good family trip, seeing the kids, getting along and having those family moments where we're all 5 involved.
Oh, great.
Everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's the problem is, everyone has good days and bad days, and it's hard for everyone to have a good day at once.
Yeah.
When you got 5. And, but when you're on vacation, stuff's not, bringing you down like work or school. Yeah. It's special, man. It's special. Yeah. I'm glad we got to have one of those. We're fortunate.
Yeah. I am too. Well, I tell you what, I've enjoyed just listening to you talk about your trips.
Yeah.
And I think we got a lot more to talk about, but we can save it for another podcast.
Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. But epic trip. Your birthday was great, and we're still going to celebrate your birthday this Sunday.
Yes.
We're going to Stakeout. We're going to do it, and you're going to have the best steak you ever had in your life.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to come hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
life's short, man. Got to enjoy it.
Yeah,
and you have the opportunity. Take it.
Yeah, so my takeaway from tonight is just enjoying and taking joy in your joy, and the fact that that you are seizing every moment of life, and that making memories and all of that is for your kids and your family. I mean, it's just super, super important for you, and I love that. I love that you're doing that, and you have made a lot of memories for your kids.
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, but let me officially tell you, happy birthday.
Thank you, Daddy.
Love you.
It was a good one. Love you too.